Long before settlers arrived on this continent, many indigenous nations agreed to the dish with one spoon law, a peaceful agreement to take care of the land, the creatures we share it with, and one another. In a spirit of truth and reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land we are meeting on this weekend is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wyandot peoples. We further acknowledge the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people who still live on this land, but have been dispossessed of their territory and their dignity over the generations. We also commit to honoring the obligations of our ancestors by taking care of the land that we all share.
Yeah.
10 years is a long time. And yet, it can also feel like no time at all. When we first started Furnal Equinox in 2010, we focused on having just one great event. And each year after, as we kept growing, we built traditions. We built excitement. We built Furnal Equinox.
Past 10 years. We were excited to put on our best event yet, but then 2020 happened. With the situation evolving so quickly, we had to make difficult decisions within a short time frame to keep our attendees safe. Attendees and staff alike were worried about the impact.
But we came back even stronger. We built something unique. Our community helped us build something new. We built a convention again, from the ground up, in a virtual world. As 2022 approaches, we're getting ready to return to our roots, and we look forward to having you join us to properly celebrate this wonderful milestone. Cheers to a decade of building furry communities in Ontario, Canada, and beyond together. And here's to many more years of being Toronto's furry convention.
We accept the fact that we've been many hours home alone waiting for the time we can all be together again. But we think you're crazy if people don't believe we can do it all over again just like before. You'll see us as you want to see us, in the simplest terms, and the most convenient definitions. But what we found out is that each one of us is a staff member,
an attendee,
an educator,
an artist,
a viewer,
and a volunteer.
Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, Furnal Equinox.
Dog? Dog? Dog.
Uh-huh.
Dog?
Dog.
Cat?
Hey, Dad.
Tiger?
Where's the bear?
He's backstage.
This is it. This is the answer. It says here that a bolt of lightning is going to strike the clock tower precisely 10:44 a.m. this Friday morning. If we could somehow harness this lightning, channel it into the flux capacitor, it just might work. This Friday morning, we are sending you back to the future.
2022! The rebirth, the do-over, 2.0, to Furnal Equinox, electric boogaloo, something like that. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome you all back to the Weston Harbour Castle in beautiful Toronto, Canada, for an event we so love and share. My name is Scani, and to my left, your right, is Aiden. We are directors for Furnal Equinox, and we will be your MCs this morning. It has not been an easy 2 years for you, for us, or for other furry conventions. We never imagined the impact that a global pandemic would have on the world in March 2020, forcing us to cancel just days before our opening ceremonies. It was a difficult decision for our attendees, our staff, and our partners who put in so many hours of prep work. But we know it was the right decision for everyone's safety.
But even in hard times, our community endured and found new ways to connect. And so did we. With the help of an extremely talented team of volunteers, we launched a virtual version of Furnal Equinox in 2021, Pixel Perfect, which allowed us to not only spend some time together, but connected our community and even expanded it. From an opening ceremony to a virtual masquerade, dances, virtual panels, and a huge dealer's room, and a faithfully recreated hotel. Kudos to them on that, to host it all. It really did feel like home again. So let's give a big hand to the team of people who made that virtual convention. And we're continuing that work this year with even more folks from the Neos team. So kudos to them as well for this year. Big welcome to everyone joining us virtually.
Hi everyone! We are so grateful to everyone that has trusted in us over the past 2 years. Even when the way forward wasn't clear, you carried us through with your words of encouragement and support, your decisions to roll forward and donate your registrations, and just being here today. So thank you. We could not be here without you. Thank you. So now, 2 years later, we are back together and ready to see our friends again. We have been sitting on a plan for an amazing convention for over 2 years, and we don't want to waste any time sharing it with you. So, with that in mind, I would like to start off by inviting Larkstar to the stage to talk about our guests of honor this year. Lark, come on up.
He's invisible. Oh, wow.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Very good. So we have two very special guests of honor for 2022, whatever it is now, whatever we're calling it. I'll get right to it. We get right going. So our first guest of honor this year has been drawing for as long as she can remember. Ever since seeing The Lion King at a young age, she fell in love with anthropomorphic characters, animation, and the arts, like I think some of us older folks might remember. Not me. She's a longtime fixture of the Canadian furry scene, contributing a lot of artwork for furry events, including being guest of honor at other furry conventions in Canada. She's worked on various animated shows, such as Clifford the Big Red Dog and Fairly Odd Parents. But you might recognize her more for her iconic badges, which she's been doing since the first Furnal Equinox, and I think even before. And you'll see a lot of them around the con this weekend. So please lend a hand and help me welcome animation artist
and illustrator, and my wife, Anya.
Thank you so much for having me here this weekend. I'm so excited to meet everyone, and it's just simply an honor just being here and being attending the convention for so long. You can find me in the dealers, and obviously I'll be there all weekend, and also be sure to check out our Meet the Guest of Honor panel this afternoon. If you have any additional questions, we'll be there to chat, and also check out my Art Gen panel tomorrow evening on Saturday. It'll be fun, and yeah, I'm super excited to see everyone, familiar faces, new faces, so thank you so much.
And next we have a zoologist focused on saving endangered species through creative solutions. Currently, they are the product operations manager for ZooLife.tv, the world's first virtual zoo showcasing immersive animal experiences from the world's top accredited zoos, sanctuaries, and rehabilitation centers. They've supported conservation and science communication through Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and in person, with, of course, their first zoo in tow. If everybody could please give a hand to Dr. Wildlife!
I guess. Special. And as you guys can see, I'm having a bit of a out-of-body experience right now. This is me. That is a imposter right there. Not trying to make it
Among Us!
But thanks everyone for coming out to the convention. It's been a really long time coming. I'm very excited to finally have this happen. When I was offered the guest of honor spot, I lived in Texas. Now I live here in Toronto, so it's now my local. So I'm still here. Biggest panel for you guys to definitely check out is Drunk Zoology tonight at 11. It is full of shenanigans, and you will actually learn something. It's not just chaos. Well, it's a good chunk of chaos. But thank you guys again. I'm excited to be at the con.
Panel is running in Pier 2 and 3 at 3 o'clock today if you'd like to learn more about our guest of honor. Thank you very much.
I've got a new microphone. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, Larkstar. Remember to stop by the dealer's den, which they've already mentioned, to visit our guests of honor. We do also want to thank Dr. Wildlife for providing some of our attendees a personally guided tour of Ripley's Aquarium on Thursday night. It was chaos. There was March break, Maple Leafs game. It was a mess. And they persevered. So kudos to them for that. I really appreciate their work they put into that event. Thank you, Larkstar. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Wildlife.
All right, next up, I would like to invite from our charity, Hobbitsty Wildlife Refuge, Chantal Thine and Dave Rowe from Hobbitsty Wildlife Refuge to come on stage and talk to you a little bit about their work. Chantal and Dave, come on up.
Those are some lights. I can't see you. Anyway, so my name is Chantal. This is my better half, Dave. So we have been your charity for the past 2 years in the virtual events. And this year we're here in person. We're extraordinarily grateful for all your support. It's been obviously tough years for us as well. And it's been really wonderful. All the events. I really enjoyed the virtual one last year. It was amazing to virtually walk through the hotel and loved our booth. So we're really happy to be here this year in person and meet everyone and give you the biggest thank you from the bottom of our heart. We've recently moved to a larger property. And our next step is to build a brand new state-of-the-art wildlife hospital. We have the money to put the building up. We don't have the money to finish the interior of the building. So this year's funds that will be raised will go towards creating the various spaces for the different species of wildlife we care for, which is basically all wildlife in Ontario, with the exception of bears, which is a funny story. Ask us about that when we're at our table. And yeah, so thank you, and looking forward to meeting everyone. Come visit us in the Dealer's Den, and love to meet everyone in person. Woo! Can you elaborate on the Ask the Charity event this afternoon? I don't know this specific.
Yep, absolutely, Chantal, no problem.
Give them all your money!
Whoever you mysterious person, I know who you are, in the audience, has a very good point. So how can you help? Charity, you can check them out in the Dealer's Den, where you can talk with the team there and even donate to them directly. They're going to be hosting a Meet the Charity panel at 12 noon in Pier 2 and 3, I believe. Pier 2 and 3 again, so come with your amazing questions about what they do. And while you are in the Dealer's Den, you can check out some incredible donated items. And on Sunday, you can bid on those items in our charity auction, where 100% of the proceeds are going to go directly to Hobbit Street and help them put up their new wildlife refuge on their new land. So please be generous. We have also set up a Canada Helps fundraising page if you want to donate directly. They are also taking donations at their table, and I believe you also have some bracelets or something like that for a $20 donation, something like that? Earrings, thank you. For a $20 donation, they've brought along some earrings, so please give generously.
An event like Furnal Equinox can't happen without a lot of people working behind the scenes. If you can please direct your attention to the screen, you will see the names of all volunteer team who have worked tirelessly to make sure that this event is the best one yet. The staff here at Furnal Equinox have put in many hours of their spare time to help make this a reality. The team here are rock stars. Their work has helped shape everything that you see here today and helped to make this con everything that it has been since 2010.
Our staff has been second to none. And I really want everyone here to know just how much we appreciate their dedication to helping the convention and the community, especially over the last couple of years. We also want to acknowledge that there are a number of people who have been involved with us as staff over the past few years. They may not be staff as of today, but their efforts have helped get us here, and I want to extend a big thank you to all of them as well. We have an amazing team, and to that end, if you've ever wanted to volunteer or become a part of that team that makes this event possible, please visit our volunteer folks at the Cook Check just outside this ballroom, or you can talk to any of our convention staff. Yes, we need to make sure that there are new and diverse voices in this team and helping to shape it going forward, so please stop by and please have a chat with us. Thank you. We also want to take a moment to thank the wonderful Weston Harbor Castle for hosting us here again. Their hotel staff have been amazing, trust me. I've seen nothing but wonders all weekend, and I would like to give you a chance to hear from our hotel liaison, Ronnie. So please help me welcome Ronnie the Noodle Dragon.
I couldn't agree with you any more than that, Scotty. It really does feel like a homecoming after all this time and away from the Westin. And I, for one, I'm really looking forward to all the different spaces and services that the Westin is going to be providing for us. I'll be as brief as I can about some of the important notes for this year's experience. As some of you may have received an email for, the Westin services are still operating on a bit of adjusted policy, which means that services like garbage disposal or changing your linens in your rooms might require a little bit more time. So please be patient as well as respectful of these policies and the employees at the Westin that are still working under them. The hotel's restaurants and bar are back in full operation, so you won't have to look far for a great selection of food and refreshment. In addition, the hotel's 2 restaurants, the Mizzen and Chart Room Restaurant and Bar in the lobby, are offering a 15% discount on all food and non-alcoholic beverages just by mentioning Furnal Equinox. Use the hotel's lobby lounge for eating and refreshments, as it's one of our designated eating areas for this year. The hotel's services and amenities are also fully functional, such as the pool and the workout rooms, including for all those that are not attending the convention. So, please make sure that you're continuing to abide by social distancing guidelines and be respectful of all of those that are using the facilities. Please note as well that the convention center street level doors, which are just out there, cannot be entered through and are only for emergency exits. Access to the convention space can only be done through the sky bridge that you all came across earlier. If you see anyone trying to enter through those doors, please do us a favor and gently point them back to the hotel so they can come to the convention center the right way, just to help us keep our security practices. And above all else, please be patient and courteous to all the hotel staff and workers, as we're the first big event that they've had in a very long time, and show as much love as you can to the staff, because they'll be giving us so much of that over the course of the weekend, and I know that they're as eager to have us in the hotel as we are to be back here. And speaking about the Westin staff, I'd like to invite one of them, Mr. Harley Chu, to share a quick message from the Westin.
Ronnie, thank you for your warm words. Good morning, everyone. Wow, there are too many lights. My name is Harmeet. I'm the hotel manager at the Western Harbour Castle. On behalf of the entire team, we welcome you to the Western Harbour Castle and also back to Toronto. Yesterday afternoon, I had the chance to connect with some of you all while doing the vaccine checks, and I saw there were IDs from different parts of the world. It is just great to see that, and that speaks volumes about your community. So it's a great job on that. And honestly, it feels great to have so many people in one room. I honestly don't remember last time we had so many people in this room. It must be years ago. So it was just great to have everybody over here, everybody be in person. And thank you for hosting your conference with us. You all have the opportunity to go to many hotels, but you all choose us, so that means a lot. Thank you. So have fun over the next few days. If there's anything my team or I can do to make your stay more enjoyable, please do let us know. We are at your service. We would love to host you. And lastly, I would also like to thank Aditya. He's on the far left over there. The person from the hotel who's made all this happen. He's worked tirelessly with the Furnal Equinox team to make this happen. So Aditya, thank you so much for
Amazing. Thank you, Harmeet. Thank you, Ronnie. And thank you to Aditya as well. Aditya is our banquets manager we've been working with and planning this event, and he's just been an absolute gem. We are so happy to be back at the Western Harbour Castle once again, and thank you for everything you have done to make this convention a safe one as well as a success.
Before we let you all get out there and have fun, we have a little bit more information for you. Please remember that costuming is not consent. Fursuiters are awesome and always try to accommodate photos if they're comfortable doing so. The high fives and hugs. but remember to always ask first. There is a person inside that costume, and they may not be comfortable with contact, or may have somewhere important to go. Some fursuits don't have great vision, so be sure to avoid getting be sure to try to get their attention, or to avoid catching them off guard.
Also, please be careful with anything that may make loud noises in con space. Please be respectful of your fellow attendees, any service animals we may have, hotel guests, and hotel staff. They may not appreciate the loud surprise and loud noises in the ears. As per Ontario bylaws, we would also like to remind all of our attendees that there is no smoking within 10 meters of hotel and convention space entrances or inside the building, which includes guest rooms and balconies. Please note, smoking includes vaping, tobacco, or cannabis.
For those who are new to conventions or it's your first con in a while, please remember to take care of yourselves. The 6-2-1 rule is a great guide. 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals a day, and 1 shower. Doesn't sound like much when you put it that way. Also remember that you should do your best to stay hydrated. Be careful of flavored water or some drinks with artificial sweeteners because they can actually dehydrate you. Or energy drinks, as I want to do. We have plenty of water stations throughout con space.
It's also important that everyone respects each other's personal space, especially given the last few years. Always ask for hugs, and please be mindful of assistive devices and service animals that some of our attendees may need in order to get around.
While you were getting your con badge, you may have noticed that once again we are giving out some ribbons that you can put on your badges. They are limited, so please be courteous to those who have not yet had a chance to grab one. We have a good selection to those to choose from, including pronoun ribbons, photo no photo, hugs no hugs, and a few more. For those who would like it, we have additional support identifiers available from our accessibility team in Dockside 7, so if you feel that this applies to you, go check in with them, and they'll help you out.
And speaking of our accessibility team, they also run our sensory rooms for those who need a quieter space during the event. These rooms are located around the convention space, and we ask you to please be respectful of the people who may be in and using them, as well as the areas around them. There is also accessibility signage around the convention space to assist with your experience.
We also have some clearly labeled gender-neutral washrooms throughout the con space. These bathrooms have signage posted on them to identify that they're gender-neutral, so please pay attention to the bathroom you're going into. Finally, although many of the existing regulations concerning COVID-19 have been eased over the last little while, there are still many safeguards in place here at Furnal Equinox.
Masks are to be worn in all convention spaces, including common areas, meeting rooms, sensory rooms, and while fursuiting or in the headless lounge. They're also required in all the hotel spaces, including the lobby, elevators, and hallways. We recognize you may need to unmask to eat or drink, and you can do so at water stations or designated eating areas that will be signed throughout convention space. Please be courteous to others and mask up after you're done.
And although this seems very old, we encourage you to practice good hand hygiene. You can find hand sanitizer stations located throughout the convention and hotel, or wash your hands in the washrooms. We mentioned it earlier, but also please respect personal space and try to maintain a 2-meter or 6-foot distance when possible, and try not to overcrowd elevators. I know it's been pretty intense on the elevators already this weekend.
So, I think that's everything we need to talk about today. So, there isn't much to say other than Furnal Equinox is officially back!
Yo, let's take it back to 89. New Kids on the Block. Rick Astley, Salt and Pepper, and then Vogue. Bring back the time.
Yes, sir.